The Aquitaine campaign, particularly the siege of Toulouse in 721 CE, was a significant chapter in the ongoing struggle between the expanding Umayyad Caliphate and the Christian kingdoms of Europe. The campaign was part of the Umayyad conquest of the Iberian Peninsula and their subsequent attempts to push further into Western Europe. The siege of Toulouse was a pivotal moment, as it represented the furthest advance of the Umayyads into modern-day France, directly challenging the Frankish kingdom. Context of the Aquitaine campaign. In the early 8th century, the Umayyad Caliphate, having conquered much of Hispania, modern Spain, and Portugal, turned its attention northward, seeking to extend its rule into the Frankish territories. The region of Aquitaine, which was largely independent under Duke Eudo, also known as Odo the Great, became a target for the Umayyad forces. The Muslim expansion into this area was led by the General Al-Sam ibn Malik al-Kalani, who sought to subdue Aquitaine and integrate it into the Muslim world. The Siege of Toulouse, 721 CE. The Umayyad army, having made significant inroads into Aquitaine, laid siege to the city of Toulouse, which was a key stronghold in the region. Toulouse was well fortified and strategically positioned, making it a critical target for the Muslim forces. Al-Sam's forces besieged the city, expecting to take it quickly. However, the defenders, led by Duke Eudo, put up a fierce resistance. Eudo, with a determined defense, was able to hold off the besieging forces for a period of time. Toulouse's fortifications and the leadership of Duke Eudo, who effectively mobilized his forces, played a key role in the defense. The Umayyads, despite their numerical advantage and military experience, struggled to breach the city's defenses. Intervention of the Frankish forces. As the siege wore on, Eudo managed to send out a call for help. The Frankish leader, Charles Martel, who was preparing for his own military engagements in the region, could not afford to let the Umayyads gain a foothold so close to Frankish lands. In response, he rallied his forces, although his arrival came too late to relieve the siege directly. Nevertheless, the looming threat of Frankish reinforcements caused the Umayyad commander Al-Sam to lift the siege in 721 CE. His forces retreated, ending the siege without capturing Toulouse. This retreat marked a significant setback for the Umayyad expansion into Western Europe. Aftermath and significance. The Siege of Toulouse was a pivotal moment in the struggle for control of Western Europe. Although the Umayyads had made significant gains in Hispania, the failure to capture Toulouse prevented further incursions into the heart of Francia. The victory at Toulouse allowed Duke Eudo to maintain his autonomy and ensured that the Frankish kingdom would remain a formidable power in the region. The siege also had long-term consequences. The Umayyads would continue their campaigns in the Iberian Peninsula, but the defeat at Toulouse slowed their progress into Gaul. The battle also laid the groundwork for Charles Martel's future victories, most notably at the Battle of Tours in 732 CE, where the Franks decisively halted Muslim expansion into Europe. Conclusion. The Siege of Toulouse in 721 CE marked the high-water mark of Umayyad expansion into Western Europe. Though ultimately unsuccessful, the siege demonstrated the military prowess of both the Umayyads and the Christian defenders of Aquitaine. The failure to capture Toulouse hindered further Muslim advances into France, and the event set the stage for the larger confrontations between the Frankish forces and the Umayyads that would shape European history in the decades to come.